All right.
Twice, actually, because I guess you have to do it twice. But we're in. We're live. Hey!
Let's see here.
Oh, yeah. Now check it. That's right, because it goes over on YouTube, huh?
Yeah, make sure everything's good.
Oh, God.
Oh, Carly Shay's live at the same time.
Oh, no. Competing live streams.
Oh, that's not good.
I should go over to her live and be like, hey, guess who's live?
Just go poach half her audience, dude.
And that's not a good person for us to compete against for lives.
Not even, no.
I mean, realistically,
it's a bad start
her
for
live
us.
streams still have the same amount of
viewers, concurrent viewers.
Does, yeah.
I was in with
What's up, Lumbra?
I was in with her and Kat.
Yeah.
Doing the elsewhere thing a couple days ago, and they had like 22, 23 concurrent viewers in there.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is, I think, 20 people hanging out watching you, especially like, who are we?
Right.
Who am I? Like what? So
And
I think that's
like,
pretty good crowd.
All 20 of those are y'all's.
What's up, Grizzly?
What's up, Grizz?
What's up?
I'm not seeing the chat at all. My chat is still empty.
Oh, really?
I wonder if
you'll probably have to.
Oh, did we lose him?
What's up?
We'll hear him here in a second. Don't shut down. Don't shut down.
Hand pinky waving.
Hi. If you guys can see, there's a dead pit bull on my floor.
Yes.
Right.
Just dead.
You can't really. It's hard to.
1 a.m. at your place.
There it is.
Jesus, dude. I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna drag this over to here.
There's a dead border collie in the hallway. You can see her too. Look at.
Yeah, oh, there he is.
Oh, let's get him back in here. Hello, Pappy.
There you are.
No idea what happened.
Hey, dude. What did we say on Thursday? Like, it wouldn't be a live stream if somebody didn't drop out, lose connection. Something didn't happen, right? At one point, I was screaming, "Don't shut down!" So.
Oh, I heard you. I was here.
Oh,
and I'm kind of mad at myself because yesterday I went in and watched the rest of that live. And the last video y'all reacted to, I would have loved to have been able to react to that on the channel, but I can't now.
Well, I mean, you could. You'd call it a revisit, not a reaction.
Yeah, but I have not done that yet. I have not done that to anything.
Let me see here.
Amanda, I just turned Chris's mic up a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
I think no. Wait.
Hello. Check. 1 2 1 2. Testes 1 2. Let me go ahead and mute that.
Okay, I can see everybody now.
Is that better on Chris's mic? It should be up now.
Okay. I was just checking to make sure because sometimes the live stream or the chat over here will be slower than the actual chat on.
Yeah, for sure. On YouTube.
My sound is a little underwhelming. It is. You should watch the videos where I sing.
That's why I turned you up. I was like, okay, we'll give him some more. Hey, we got 16 people in here. Dude, that's awesome.
Cindy?
What's up?
Nice.
Hey, 16 people, so we should have 16 likes or something. Isn't that how that works?
Is that how that works?
Glenn Fricker does it all the time. He's like 250 people and I have 100 likes. What the hell's going on, guys? I'm like, come on. He really promotes his subscriptions. Like that's his one job. So you got to do your thing, right?
Isom, what's up? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but I mean, I think it's ISAM Isom.
Yeah, I think we've had him here several times. Obviously, on
he was
Thursday.
In the last
I think we've had him on. I think he's on almost all of our live streams. So, all right, Pappy, you have a story to tell or something, right?
Yeah. Okay. All right. So
let's just jump into it.
Unfortunately, I'm going to start this off with sports. So I'm sorry.
Let's go.
I mean, that's fine.
So every year, the NFL does a salute to service, and they come out with military style uniforms and all that stuff. One of the guys I work with that I go to the gym with, he was a Marine, and we have a very, very unsettling amount in common. And his birthday was this past month, and I ordered him one of the Pat Tillman jerseys.
Nice.
Do y'all know who Pat Tillman is?
I don't.
Name sounds familiar.
Okay, he was the guy that played for the Arizona Cardinals. He got out of the NFL and joined the Army and became a Ranger, and then died because of friendly fire.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay. Dang.
So I personally believe he is the only one that should actually have a salute to service jersey. Like all the rest of the T-shirts with the emblems on them and all that stuff is fine, but actual jerseys, I think he's the only one that should have one.
Yeah.
So I went to Poshmark. which I now know that was a bad idea. I've never ordered from there, and I never will again. And I bought him last year's jersey of Pat Tillman, the salute to service. So, as you can see, Arizona Cardinals.
Okay, yeah.
Nice.
Arizona Cardinals, number 40. Okay, that was his number.
Uh-huh.
On the back, this bitch has number 15 and Patrick Mahomes.
What?
Oh my God.
What?
I got this in the mail today, and I ordered it at like the beginning of the month, and there was a whole bunch of stuff because like I had a tracking number, but it said it'll arrive in 7 days, but it hadn't. So they actually canceled the order. They refunded me the money for this stuff. And I still got the jersey in, and now I know why they
clearly,
refunded me.
that's why they were like, well, we can't charge him for this, man.
Yeah, it was
wild.
Because Chris even looked at me. I wasn't expecting anything in the mail, and he looked at it and he goes, "What is that? Is that the jersey?" I was like, "It better not be because they refunded me the money. I'm not going to go back and pay him again." Right. I opened it up, and the front of it, I could see the 40. I'm like, "Oh, this is awesome." I opened it up, and it says Patrick Mahomes. I'm like, "What the hell is this? What is going on right now?"
Dude, and that's crazy. So Poshmark is like a Wish type of thing, like
apparently
very,
so.
Very
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Overseas, secondhand made product stuff. Gotcha.
Yeah, but even the address on the envelope came from California.
Wow.
What
Weird.
the hell?
Right. It's like everything about this seemed legitimate until it took like 2 weeks, and the package still hadn't left California. So I contacted Poshmark. I was like, "Hey, is this legit? What's going on with this?" And they said, "No, it's not, unfortunately. So we're going to refund you the money, blah, blah, blah." I got the money back like 3 days later. And then I got this in the mail.
Jesus,
dude,
like, oh, hell,
that's a wall hanger, man. That's a really good one.
Oh,
that's a conversation piece for sure.
Oh, it is, but the problem is it's front and back. The only way I can do it is to cut in half, and people are going to think I just cut two of them in half.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Man.
That's good though, dude.
Wild. That is wild.
That completely made my day. It really did.
That's amazing.
Oh man. Well, how is everybody in the chat doing? What's everybody up to this weekend? It sounds like you guys probably missed it before, but Pappy D went to some sort of ceremony this weekend, so that was cool. And so like some sort of ceremony. I get, for whatever reason, I always get weddings and funerals all fucked up. Like I told my dad one time, I was like, "Yeah, well, I'm headed to Logan's funeral." I was all dressed up, whatever, or it was Peanut's wedding.
Oh yeah.
And I said, "Yeah, I'm headed to Peanut's funeral." He goes, "Who's Peanut?"
Peanut's funeral.
And I go, "He's the guy tattoos down the ink spot with Kenna." He's like, "He died?" And I go,
"Nope."
What? Now I'm confused because I didn't even realize I said funeral, right? And he's like, "You said you were going to Peanut's funeral." I said, "No, I'm going to his wedding." He's like, "Why'd you say funeral?" I was like, "I don't know, dude. Like, just I didn't think I said funeral, but
just misfire,
According to Dawn, Poshmark is supposed to be high end stuff. I don't think it is.
I mean, yeah, supposed to be.
Where they bought from Amazon returns or Macy return. Well, there's probably a reason it was returned.
Oh no, this was handmade somewhere. It just there is no way a company made this crap.
This is made in some dude's basement with some weird screen printer thing that he. So he bought the screen printer on return from Amazon, and he's using that to make his own jerseys. I'm guessing that has to be what it is.
No, dude. The shit is sewn.
It's stitched.
So sorry, my bad. He bought a sewing machine on return from Amazon, and that's what he's using to make his jersey.
Yeah, it's the sewing machine's fault.
Yeah,
it's a bad sewing machine.
See, I want to give it to him just as a joke, but at the same time, I kind of want to keep it so I can show people.
Right. Amanda says monsoons are starting. Vegas oven is turning into a sauna. No, thank you. No. Thank you.
Dude. Yeah, that's the thing about like. When it's 100 degrees out and it rains, it's nice for like a few minutes while it's raining. It cools down for a little bit, and then the storm passes, and then, man, just miserable, dude. Just miserable.
That
just turns into hot, wet wind. It's the worst.
Yeah, I was currently working on a Patreon episode today. I was gonna film the whole Hog Fest thing, so I was riding down the road and I had our buddy Dan, me and my brother's buddy Dan. He was like leading. He's got a V6 motorcycle. Okay. It's made by Honda. It's got a radiator in the front of it. It's got power steering and like it's a wild bike.
It's got like an Accord engine up in there.
Almost.
Okay? Damn,
Okay?
dude.
Like it's a pretty badass bike. So anyway, he's leading the thing because he's got the fastest bike and the weirdest gear ratios and stuff. So like anytime he's following us, he's either right up our ass or like way the fuck behind.
Sure,
because it's like kind of one of those weird, he can't find just the right speed to keep up. So anyway,
That's
he's
why they
leading.
put cruise control on them, man. Well, the cars, not the bikes.
Right. Austin is in the middle, and I'm behind because I wanted to film, the ride going up. So I had a mount on my head for the GoPro, and I had the little piece that you would actually screw the GoPro to sticking out of the front part of my hat here. And 50 miles an hour, it'll hold it. 60, 70, it'll hold it. Once you hit 80 miles an hour, that thing is gone.
Terminal velocity, bro.
So
it's out.
It's funny because I was watching the footage when I got back to town. You can see the camera angle slowly like coming up, and then just a quick snap, and then you just see it like come down to my lap. I reached up, snatched it. It was already off of my head, snatched it out of midair, and just put it in my lap and rode the rest of the way there. So yeah, we almost lost like a $600 camera.
Saved it though.
Process.
We're good.
Saved it. So
didn't lose it. Saved it.
But yeah, then I was like super excited to actually film what goes on there during the day. Like a lot of times you don't want to film what goes on at night because not safe for YouTube. But
yeah.
They asked me because I got it repositioned like before I got to the actual campsite. Well, I guess somebody bought the campsite, so it's now a private campsite, which means like cops can't really go there without a reason. So they have all sorts of shit going on there, and they asked us not to film. So
yeah,
they got some guy like selling water that was purified under the shine of the moon. Okay. Out of the back of his van.
Yeah.
So like that was cool. And then, all sorts of people just tattoos out of tents. And like, it was a lot of fun. Topless bartenders going campsite to campsite. Like it was pretty wild. But so yeah, I have footage going down there. I didn't get any footage coming back, but I'm going back tomorrow evening because I entered a raffle to win
a rifle raffle
to win a 50 caliber anti-tank gun.
This thing is crazy, dude.
Those things are amazing.
Ridiculous. It's like one of the 1950s or 1960s whenever it was built. Like super, super nice.
If you win that, I'm going to show up in Wyoming and steal it. Just
right. Right. Yeah. The guy was super cool. He was telling us about how he like came to get it and like all of this stuff. But I was like, okay, the rifle's cool. I really don't want to buy ammo for this thing, but it comes with 100 rounds with it.
Which is nice.
And I was like,
yeah, which is nice.
For a $50 raffle ticket, dude, this is a steal. And supposedly there's like less than 10 people who have entered the raffle. So I went and got 2 tickets.
That makes no sense at all.
Right?
Your mom's here.
Hey, what's up, Mama?
Bill, I've got a shirt with a 50 caliber machine gun on the back of it. I call dibs.
Right.
Amanda said good catch on the camera. Yeah. Thanks, Amanda. We're doing your camera real good justice out here.
Oh, it wasn't that camera.
Oh, was it the 8?
I didn't dare take
okay.
that one. Yeah,
okay.
I only took the 8.
But it's okay. Look, it's safe. We have it. It's right here. It's in our hands. Everything's fine.
I'm not a huge fan of those. I'm not.
The GoPros?
Yeah.
My thing with them is you get a frame of view basically, and that's it. And like you get a huge frame of view with like super view. Like our super view on ours, it's like 160 degrees or something. It's a big view, but that's just it. Like if you want to zoom in on anything, that's all you in editing. And then when you're editing and you do zoom ins on GoPro, it just gets super grainy, super fast.
Now they do make a lens that attaches to it, which is super nice.
It's like a goddamn iPhone. It's like just buy an accessory for this and then add this accessory onto that and then GoPro this and GoPro that and GoPro this. And it's like,
The thing I like about the GoPro is it's It's pretty user friendly, and sure, is there better cameras out there? Absolutely, but like for what you're paying for it and the amount you need to know to actually effectively use it.
I like that I can have it outside, and if something happens and I fumble it and it falls in the mud or water or something like that, I don't have to worry about it. That's my biggest thing with it. Like a big DSLR or something like that, man, if I'm out there doing a fishing video and I got fish guts and stuff all over my hands, and then I'm like trying to fumble with the camera and like it falls in the sand, I'm like, oh, well, there goes our $600 camera, you know.
Right. Yeah, if I end up winning the raffle, we'll go ahead and make a video on it for sure. Let me see. Don says there's a guy in Wyoming that owns his own howitzer. He's no longer the only one in Wyoming. There's a guy who he started a museum. He's been collecting military stuff for a long time. He has like 17 different tanks, a couple Humvees, like he's got machine guns and all sorts of random shit. You can go and shoot targets from a Black Hawk helicopter using the 50 cal machine gun.
Is that the one that's
in super cool
Buffalo or Sheridan, like on the way up there? There's like that.
No, it's like Cody area.
Is it?
It's not in Cody. I forget the name of the little town, but it's a brand new museum he opened up like last year or 2 years ago.
Okay.
And my brother went down because he helped do the roof on it, and the guy gave him a tour, let him shoot all the guns for free. He got to drive a tank and do the whole thing. Like, it was super cool. But you can do all that stuff when you go there. But yeah, it's supposedly just his private collection, which is pretty crazy.
Huh. That is wild. I didn't know that.
That's how you know you have too much money to buy a tank.
Or, more than one.
Yeah, like multiple tanks. Yeah. Oh, this is my Abrams. This is my, whatever other, I don't know, all the different names.
He's got British ones and German ones and US variants. Crazy, and he has, there's like some super rare, like New Zealand one or some shit. I don't remember which company it is, or which country it was, but.
Was that yours on the Cajon?
I think so.
That's
YouTube.
Okay, I was gonna say that's got good acoustics for. I was like, that's
being
right.
padded.
Like I was like, that's right weird. Up against the wall.
Oh man.
Okay, let's see. I'll have stupid money or fuck you money. That's what I call it.
Yeah.
But me and Chris talk about that. If there's ever a day where I've got some fuck you money and I need to do this, that, or the other, we talk about that all the time, man. What we would do with fuck you money. What would you do with fuck you money, Pappy? Like what's on your list?
I'd have my house in Panama City Beach.
Fair enough. Okay.
That's fair.
Land and the boat to go along with it. Yes.
Dude, love it, man.
Yeah. Oh,
that's an easy answer, dude. Yeah.
So
agreed. 100% agreed.
For Bill, he just said that he sent me a picture as a response to that. I have tinnitus in my ears and get disability for being partially deaf because my earplugs came out firing a 50 cal. Yeah.
Oh, there you
go. Dang.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
Whatever happened with the car? Which car?
Yeah, what car? There's a bunch of them.
My life is full of them.
There's a bunch of them. At one point, I had 4 cars here. I think at most points in Chris's life, he's sitting on 3 or 4 vehicles. That's usually it seems normal as long as I've known you.
I always like to have at least 1 or 2. Oh, so it's in the process. The
Camaro? Yeah. So it's the engine is out. I think you guys have seen that video, and it's disassembled as kind of as far as the engine goes. It's not, down to the block. Me and Chris spent 2 weekends ago. We spent some time in there kind of cleaning out. We got the it's hard to explain. What is that thing?
The evaporator core and heater core out of the firewall for the AC and heat, because we're not going to need that anymore.
We got that thing out of there. And it was like we had to take the wheel well out of the inside of the thing and kind of there were some bolts and shit up in there. So we basically what we did is we got that out and we made a list of kind of everything that we need to get up and going. Wrote that down, and
we literally have a piece of cardboard with Sharpie that's like this, and it's like the whole front side and part of the back side of this is what we need to do.
So I'm gonna say, as I would assume, as the weather starts to cool down, because it's 148 degrees in that garage. So
right.
As the weather starts to cool down, we're gonna take weekends and start kind of putting that together and using that as Patreon content. So
I think the biggest thing right now is we don't know which direction to necessarily go first, because we want to clean up the engine bay and stuff and make sure that's all pretty and clean. But that's like easily a 6-month project or more.
Just that, yeah.
Or we could go the direction of getting the motor ready to put in, but then the motor's going to sit there fully assembled with brand new gaskets for 6 months before it ever fires. And what's the point in that?
And clean it out first.
And the motor side's really expensive, so it's kind of harder to like start there because it's mechanical parts and labor and all that stuff. So like a little bit tougher there. So so everything's kind of at ground zero right now, and we have built up a list kind of. This is where we need to go from here, and so we have a jumping off point basically.
Some parts on order and that kind of stuff. So
you were laughing, Pappy. What's up? What were you laughing at earlier?
What Mama Melody put.
It's true. I have to have more than one vehicle because at least one will break down, even if it was brand new.
That's big facts.
True.
That's real big facts.
The crazy thing is, I think the most reliable vehicle I have is the 92 Chevy Cheyenne.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, I have a 2007 Yamaha that I rode today, the motorcycle, which it kind of started doing some weird stuff on the way back, but whatever.
It was doing carburetor stuff a couple weeks ago, right?
Yep. And then the 2002 GMC Sierra, it's all of a sudden now doing stuff too. Like I started it to head over this way,
it's out there,
and it just like started, then started. Blah, blah,
oh god!
Then it was fine again. I was like, okay,
fuel pump.
So probably, and I just put one in it.
It's fuel pump season, dude.
Fuel pump season.
Yeah, Chris is in fuel pump mode, man. That's like every day that I talk to him about cars, he's like, dude, I swear to God, it's another fucking fuel pump, dude. Yeah,
I am rough. I'm not as rough on vehicles as I used to be. I used to be really rough on my trucks, but.
That poor Wyoming. Being in Wyoming is rough on your vehicles.
Yeah, that Chevy Cheyenne, it's not 4-wheel drive, so there's only so much I can really do.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that GMC Sierra I've had a car trailer with a Cummins on it, which that truck is not rated for, but I did it.
Yeah, dude, that's a heavy weight, man.
But I beat the hell out of that GMC, and it just keeps going.
It keeps on going. My little Toyota just rolled over 200,000 miles. Chris actually rolled it over 200,000 miles. We swapped vehicles so I could use the blue truck for to get a fridge in my house, and he was driving Toyota. He was like, he came over. He was like, do you realize how close that thing was to 200? I was like, oh yeah, I think it was like
500 miles or something.
Yeah, and he was like, oh no,
you were like 3 miles.
You're there, bud. I rolled you. I was like, nice, dude. That's cool. Still running strong, louder and shit. It sounds like a fucking Kawasaki dirt bike, but whatever.
Yeah. He was pulling people out of the mud holes with his. Yeah, when I had a 1992 Toyota Celica.
You've told me this story.
And
yeah,
I pulled a 1979 F250 Highboy out of a mud hole with it. Like,
God, dude.
That car has been called the Pronghorn ever since. Rest in peace, the Pronghorn. I beat the hell out of that car. I eventually ended up throwing a piston in the oil pan, but
nice.
That'll happen.
That's where they belong, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
metal shavings belong in the oil pan. Okay, that's why it's there.
That's why it's there to catch all the stuff.
Don says facts on Wyoming's rough on vehicles. Yeah, especially this last winter. Like this last winter was rough. It got not only did it get super cold, but it snowed a lot too. So like just that, like driving through snow. Constantly hitting the front of your vehicle, all that suspension components. I was
thinking about that though, but like you could say North Dakota would be the same, right? However, I would never buy a vehicle from North Dakota because they're just rusted out bad,
and that's
really bad.
It's just, I would say that's probably common across this area, like the, north, south of Montana, Wyoming.
The rust on Wyoming cars isn't bad because they don't use salt anymore; they use sand.
Oh yeah, I guess you're right. They have been using sand, huh?
Yeah. They switched to sand so that way people's shit don't rust out.
It doesn't work as well as salt, obviously, but
doesn't work as well. That's right.
Doesn't kill your vehicle either as bad.
Instead of having a rusty truck, you're just going to have one in a ditch.
Yeah. You just be on the side of the road.
Oh, gosh.
Dude, but like it got extreme. There was one day I pulled into work and it was one of our record low days. And I pulled into work and was backing my car up and didn't think anything of it, back my car into my parking spot. One of my coworkers comes in and he's like, hey, Matt, I think your car's like leaking oil or something. And I was like, what? So I walk outside and you can just see a trail of some fluid where I came in, turned around, backed up and pulled into my spot. And I'm like, shit. And I look under the car and you can just see it like running. And It turns out it wasn't oil. It was actually a power steering fluid or hydraulic oil. I don't know what it was. One of the two, but my rack and pinion decided that day that it was no longer going to be in the chat. So it left chat that day. Still in the car, but not in chat.
Yeah. Did your car have better steering before that than it does now?
Literally, like, no difference, dude.
Okay, because I was gonna say it feels like it has power steering.
Dude,
I don't know.
it like doesn't. You can hear it when you're like turning. You can hear it like all the air like moving around. But it does, dude. It's like driving a lawnmower, man. It doesn't take much to turn it in the first place. So like,
so when I was borrowing his car, I had to get up to 60 miles an hour. I had to turn the AC off so it would do it.
You literally like if you press the AC button, you can physically feel the car like stunt a little bit. It's like, fucking ridiculous, dude.
Yeah, Wyoming boys aren't the only ones that take shortcuts.
Yeah,
Mississippi boys do that too, and we do it over trees and hills.
Right?
Goddamn right.
Oh gosh, I will throw that GMC through a snow berm because like the one thing the thing I hated about Washington is when they would do the snow removal for the streets, they would pile it up all on the sidewalks. Well, if you're parked on the street, essentially all they did was bury your car. So it was like, oh, okay, sick. Now I got to wake up 2 hours early to go to work and then, dig my car out.
Do an entire excavation site on my car out here in the snow.
In Wyoming, what they do is instead of putting it out to the sides of the road, they'll pile it all in the middle of the road and then make it to where you have 2 lanes. So
what do they call it? Windrow. They call it windrows. That's what they call them. Windrows.
So, now you just have these giant berms in the middle of the road. And sometimes I don't want to drive a whole entire block to turn around. So I'm just going to throw my truck through the berm and make my own little hole.
That's a real common thing around here. Yeah. And you can, it's funny because you can always tell the ones where people went for it, didn't make it.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, you'll see one of those people that is currently going for it and not making it. And you're like, well, bud, that was your choice. So I'm not going to help you with that one.
Yeah. I saw a Honda Accord, all 4 tires, like a good 2 to 3 feet off the ground.
No.
Like just in it, man.
See, that's one of those ones you just keep on driving. Like, hey, man, that was your choice. That was, hope you learned something today, bud.
Yep.
Oh, man. Yeah. When I was in Washington for a little while before I moved, I would drive up and down the highway looking for people that slid off, and I'd hook my winch up to them and pull them out for $20. Because in Washington State, if you slide off the road and you call a wrecker, well, that wrecker calls the police, and then the police give you a ticket for reckless driving, even though they didn't necessarily witness the reckless driving. So if you get caught being slid off the road or stuck, they give you a ticket for it. So people will be like, $20? Fucking take my money, dude. Like, get me out of here. It's cheaper than a ticket.
Yeah, that's what looks like Deborah's saying, that they tow you to impound here if your car's on the street when they plow.
Oh wow. Yeah,
certain places are like that. I don't think they'd be able to do that. There's just, where would you even, I don't know, man. There's so many people have so many cars here. It's crazy. Like, you wouldn't be able to get all of them off the stuff. And people store cars on the street that don't run. Like, there's a guy who's got a Nissan like an old Nissan truck up the street that thing has been parked on the sidewalk since I've lived in this house, I'm pretty sure. And I've never seen it move. Maybe once. The
neighbor up the street from me, he has a boat named Dreamer. Okay. And that thing just dreams of being on a lake, because in the 5-10 years it's been there, it is been right exactly there, flat tires and all. Super nice boat.
Yeah. Never seen water, bro. Yeah, so I don't know how that would work here. I don't know. Our city has a really tough time keeping up around here. We're in this big conundrum right now with our roads because they haven't been maintained properly in the last like 50 years or something like that.
So this year their solution was spread gravel all over the main streets in town and just let it sit.
Put a little bit of tar down and then put a giant layer of rocks on top of it and let everybody drive over it at 20 miles an hour and throw rocks everywhere.
I wish that I was joking.
No, that's
even exaggerating. That's exactly what happened.
They did that in Colorado too. They would put tar down and then put the rocks down and make it to where the rocks gave friction.
Yeah, it's like, and I don't know. I guess it's like a quick fix for filling in multiple potholes at once. That's like the deal, because you can put a bunch of rocks in them and it just kind of people drive over it and it flattens it out. I guess that's makes sense in theory.
Until
I guess.
the plows come in this winter and
the thing is it's just, and I was actually talking to one of my best friends here is actually a city councilman, and I was talking to him. We went fishing last weekend, and I was talking to him about that, and it's the cheapest way to cover the most ground effectively. However, it is also the shortest lasting solution. So it's like, and that's the game you play, I guess, at being a city manager or planner or whatever. The guy that makes that decision is like, well, either one is going to be, you know, like, we need to get something done now, but we don't have the money to fix it the way it needs to be fixed. Yeah. So there, you got to find that middle ground, dude. And I guess that's the middle ground. I don't know what all the options are for fixing roads. I'm not a fucking construction worker. I know nothing about road engineering or any of that stuff. So I don't know, man. I just know that it's a real pain in the ass when like every fourth road in our city is blocked down and just covered in gravel, and everyone's got to drive 15 miles an hour.
I have to like plan a route to ride my motorcycle.
I was gonna say, how's that on your bike, by the way?
I don't.
Okay, fair enough. Because that seems dangerous, man.
By the way, do we have? Oh, for whatever reason, he was. He
was talking with Chris.
I muted myself because Popo was coming in here and I was trying to get the headphones ready and didn't want all the extra noise and all that stuff.
You're all good.
He has to go put new batteries in the headphones.
Gotcha.
Okay. Well, yeah. Feel free to mute yourself again if you ever. I was like, "What the fuck just happened?"
I saw you kind of gesturing that you were doing something, so I just kept talking through it. I figured you'd be back.
Oh yeah, we got to get the headphones ready for him.
So we were talking at work the other day, and the question came up. Okay, and I figured I would propose the same question to you. Does it bother you if you can't find a matching pair of socks in the morning when you're getting ready, or do you just put some socks on?
So
100%.
I wake up at 2:30 in the morning because most times I clock in at 4:00. So I get all my clothes and everything ready, and they're sitting in the bathroom. That way, when I wake up, I go into the bathroom, get dressed, and then I leave. So all my stuff is ready the night before.
Dude, that's so proactive of you, and I am envious as hell that you're that.
Chris normally, Popo doesn't go to bed until 11:30, 12 o'clock, and I don't want to wake him up at 2:30. So I go in the bathroom to change clothes and all that stuff.
Yeah,
man, I am, well, for me, okay, it's a different scenario for me. So like, I buy basically two kinds of socks, and they're the same brand, and I have a bunch of each one of them. So I've got like long-ish like tube socks for winter, right? So when it's cold out, and then I've got like short little ankle socks for summer. But they're all black. They're all the same brand. I don't have any other mismatching or anything. So when I go to grab a pair of socks in the morning, I literally just reach up, grab some, and I know if it's a small bundle, it's a little pair of socks. If it's a big bundle, it's a long pair of socks.
So
I don't even have to think about it.
Here's how the whole conversation came up, right? Because I was doing laundry, whatever, the night before. I got all my stuff, as I do, just put on the end of my bed. I'll fold it, put it away later. Don't care right now. I'm going to bed, right? So I wake up the next morning, sorting through my freshly clean clothes at the foot of my bed. And my girlfriend had one of her socks in there, and it was a pink and gray and black, like Nightmare Before Christmas sock, right? And I was like, fuck it, that'll do. And then I find another black sock that's a short ankle sock. Just roll with it, go to work, right? So I'm the type of person, I just don't give a fuck. I'm like, oh, well, they're the same length.
I've seen
that's
Chris,
all that matters.
He's in mismatched socks right now, as we
I
speak.
sure am.
Straight man, I kid you. Kill me.
So I was sitting there and like I have like a fan in front of my toolbox that kind of like blows on your feet and ankles. And it's not necessarily for cooling your feet and ankles. It's to keep the floor dry when I get water on it and stuff. Okay. It helps it dry quicker. But I'm sitting there writing up a ticket, right? And I'm like, fuck, dude, my feet are sweaty. They're hot. So I pull, just kind of cock a shoe off, and I have it sitting there in front of the fan. And Mason comes up. He goes, is your sock pink? And I go, I don't know. Is it? Yeah, it sure is.
Yeah, it looks like it. God damn, dude.
See, and we're like Amanda too. We actually, when we wash our clothes and all that stuff, we put all of the match socks together. That way we just pull out a roll of socks, and it's good to go.
Also,
There you go.
Yep, that's how when I'm folding.
And we
I,
don't
like,
have pink socks.
yeah. When I'm folding my stuff, I just match it then. So then when I go to grab a pair, I know it's matched. But like I said, I keep it simple too. I just have all black socks and 2 different styles. Man, I'm basic.
Well, we're glad to see you, Chris. How
Yeah.
you been? What's been up,
Good.
man?
Good. Nothing. Just working.
Yeah.
Vibe. That's a vibe, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. As far as work goes, man, it seems like everybody I've talked to so far, their Friday was just weird. Like, did you guys kind of experience the same thing?
I've had a couple of weird days this week. Yeah.
Couple weird days this week. I had a clutch job that I finished in the morning, Friday morning, and started up doing final checks. The brand new rear main seal I put in is leaking. And I'm like, fantastic. So I got to pull the transmission back out of this thing. But before we do that, I have to warranty a wheel bearing that my boss had assumed that I fucked up, which maybe I did, but I didn't know until, you have to get in there and pull it apart and see what the hell happened.
So hang on before it finishes
ahead.
off. Lumbra's leaving, so have
Yeah, I was
a
gonna say
Lumber,
that
what's
too.
up,
Have a
man?
good
You
night.
have a good evening.
1:30 over there in
1:30
Germany.
a.m. in Germany.
Well, have a good
Take
sleep.
it easy, brother. So I get that wheel bearing, the Mercedes in, pull the wheel bearing apart. There's literally nothing physically wrong with it. It was put together properly. Everything was torqued good. We don't know. So just like shit the bed for no fucking reason. So warranted the wheel bearing on that, pulled that car out, pulled the other truck back in, pulled the transmission back out of it, pulled the rear main seal out. Well, before I pulled the rear main seal out, we inspected it. Everything looks perfect. It's just leaking oil. It's like, okay, stick. So we pull the seal out to inspect it further to see if there's any nicks on it or whatever. Absolutely nothing. No good reason for it. So then Mason is on the other side of the shop, puts a brand new battery. Like we had just got it from Napa like 2 minutes before he put it in this car. Puts it in the car. Car's dead. Won't start.
What?
He's like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, it was a weird Friday.
That dude, Don said sometimes parts are bad in the box. I think it's egregiously like ridiculous how often parts are bad in the box. Like to a point now where if you watch any decent mechanic on YouTube or wherever, and you watch them like putting new parts on something, almost every single time they'll take the new part out and they'll compare it with the old part. They'll put them right next to each other and make sure that everything is exactly the same. Because you'll find out oftentimes that even the smallest difference can make the entire project like a success or a failure.
You mean like a jersey that you buy that has 2 different players on it?
Exactly, bro. Exactly. But yeah, like with the Clutch Master on my Toyota, I bought one that I thought was right for my vehicle, and I bought it from a third-party website and came in and everything fit. Everything went into the place it was supposed to. The bolt pattern was right. All the gaskets were there. Everything was good, but it didn't fit because the
push rod was like
it wasn't long enough,
or a quarter inch too short,
like
or
a
something.
few threads too short, and because of that, the entire project wouldn't work. So we had to wait another 2 days or something like that to get the other one, put that one in. Yeah, so it's amazing how often that happens.
And the thing is I compare parts all the time.
Yeah,
every time I put in a new one, pull it out, compare it. Everything looks good. Okay, cool. Keep going.
I'm like you have to these days for sure, because you can't get into a project. That's what we did. I didn't compare because I'm not a mechanic. I'm just a guy who can work on a car and learns as I go. Right. And so I didn't compare my parts, and I just look, I kind of, you eyeball it and you're like, yeah, okay. Holes are in the same spot. Looks the same. Okay, cool. I didn't measure the goddamn push rod size. I'm dumb.
Hey, that's what happens with Legos too if you don't put them together.
God,
right?
you had to go Legos.
Oh no.
Let's go. Oh man,
that's the most mechanically inclined thing that he tries to do.
I listen. If Legos is the closest you get, that's the best.
Dude.
Okay, you don't want to go any further than that.
Honestly,
anything further than that, life is miserable.
Just stay in the safe zone, man. Yeah, you're that's perfect comfort zone right there, dude.
Oh god,
So true.
No, we just bought him the Luke Skywalker land speeder yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it
something?
is it a big
yeah,
piece, or?
It's 1,800 pieces. Yeah.
Yep, that's a
Damn.
big piece.
No, it's
That'd
not.
be sick.
That's not a big piece.
Hey man,
It's not the
You see
biggest.
this?
yeah, that's crazy, dude.
That
That's so
is
cool.
6,000 pieces and 10,000 pieces.
That is wild.
Is the Eiffel Tower is the 10,000?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's cool.
No, that's the 6,000.
Well, you really
Where's
are.
How do
man.
how do I change this to where we can't get Chris in frame anymore? I'm gonna look this up really quick to see how I just crop him out of the frame really quick.
Right?
I'll be over here.
I'm just gonna get a manual. I'll just get a piece of cardboard I can just pull up and just put in front of his
Yeah.
face. There we go.
No, that's not it. I forgot to show y'all. There's also the Batwing and the
let's
Batmobile.
go.
Oh yeah, dude, nice.
That's sick.
Yeah, it's, and I didn't say it the last stream that we had. We have the 7,500 piece. Why is it so dark in here? The 7,500 piece Millennium Falcon.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why is it so dark?
Have no-
I think it's your window. Your blinds are open and it's causing a lot
It's
of
trying.
light.
Yeah, it's trying
There
to
you
catch
go.
the. Yeah, that helps.
It fixed it.
That helps. And webcams and cameras are a pain in the ass sometimes
are.
with auto
There we
adjusting.
go.
Perfect.
I legitimately, like I said, we spent an hour before this trying to get everything set up, get our audio right. We do it every time we do a stream.
Every time.
We forget how to do everything every time, man.
And it still goes disastrously.
Uh-huh.
Okay, something's wrong with Bill.
He's got the,
It's like, oh, Legos.
he's loving that Lego, man.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I guess you can say that's mine since it's I'm the one that put it together.
Hey, there you go. Oh, man. So,
Well, I think I'm gonna grab a beer really quick.
you do that. So I know we were talking about shows and stuff. And
bull, by the way. Just
Just-
pit bull on the ground.
just camping out on the ground. No Resolve and Holocene are coming to Casper, and they weren't coming to your guys' area yet. Oh,
Yeah,
what's
we got
the
one too.
name?
That is Bear.
Bear? Nice. My brother's got a black lab named Bear, and that dog is a crackhead. It's crazy.
Yeah, he's one of two. We've got Isley around here somewhere. She just doesn't like coming in.
Careful. I have a loaded weapon.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is that Twisted Tea loaded or?
It's a loaded Twisted Tea. Everyone just hang on. I'm just going to gently place it.
It ticks sometimes. I
There
don't
we
know.
go.
You want to grab one of the blankets or the?
No, but like, do you guys have any shows that you're planning to go to for the rest of this year, or at least the ones that are announced anyway? Like anything that you're going to try to go out and see? I mean, maybe it's not even a music show or anything, but maybe like sports or whatever.
The only thing that's really grabbed my attention recently is that Jimmy Carr is going to be in Houston.
Oh, okay.
Who's Jimmy
That'd be
Carr?
cool.
Oh my God, he's a British comedian.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
He's the one that had a Netflix special at the very beginning of it. He apologized and said, "These are just jokes. It's not how I feel." Blah blah blah. And they still tried to cancel him for one of
Really?
those jokes. Yes.
Wow.
I remember I watched some video of his the other day, and I was just dying. He is hilarious.
Oh yeah. Like he invites hecklers. Like he will stop his show and let hecklers start saying stuff, and he'll respond to them. It is amazing.
He's a very smart dude.
Yeah, he is.
He's crazy intelligent.
But he's coming to Houston, and there was one other one I was wanting to go to. I just don't remember what it was. But no, musically, there's nobody else that's coming down here. Go ahead, rate your crack.
Rate that crack.
Okay,
Wow.
it was fast, but that was pretty aggressive. I'm not gonna lie.
That was an aggressive crack. Oh my god!
I told you it's like a loaded weapon. Okay, it's a Twisted Tea. You never know what's gonna happen.
Oh man!
No, I would love for us to get up there for the No Resolve Holocene concert, but it's
When is that one?
the end of
It's
September.
on it's like September 28th or something. It's on a Thursday.
Okay,
Which sucks.
Yeah.
But
we're going. Doesn't matter.
we're going.
I might end up taking the next. I could just take the next Friday off, I suppose.
Yeah, I might be sick that day.
Yeah, I mean, got that. Sorry, boss. Got that brown bottle flu. I'm be calling in.
Right?
Yeah, be like, oh, well, I ain't gonna be able to make it into work tomorrow. He's like, why is that? And where are you? I can't hear shit.
See, that's the good thing about my job. If I call in, we have to do it over the website.
Oh yeah.
So we don't actually call in.
Yeah.
Dude, I wish, man. I wish. That's one of my big gripes. You know, I have a lot of gripes with like the modern work society and how things function. One of the many problems I have with the system and the way it's set up is like that whole thing. Why do I have to call my manager or supervisor to tell them that I'm sick in a day and age where literally you can send minutes long videos via text and do video phone calls and like, you know, email exists at the press of a button, and like, why is it and when you have all the time available, why does it have to be you have to make contact? And it's like, sending a text is making contact. That's why there's two numbers and the thing goes from here to here. That's the contact.
Ours used to be an actual phone number that we called to call in, and we just put in all the information, but they moved it to where we can do it on the website now.
Oh, that's
Dude,
cool.
and see, I love that. It should be the simple things like calling in sick should just be a, hey boss, not going to make it today, not feeling well. And your boss should be able to just go, sounds good, feel better, see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, they just get an email when they get into work that said that I'm not coming in. Yep.
Dude, even better. Like, because it's sick time anyways. What are you going to do? Like, what? You're not just going to say I can't use sick time. Like, yes, right. I can. That's against the law. You can't tell me that. But yeah, so even better. It doesn't even warrant a response. It's just a, hey, not going to be there. See ya.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's it.
My boss is pretty cool. Usually I'll if I'm sick, I'm sending him a text at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'd be like, you know, and it'll go out to the owner and the manager. We have a group text. I mean, fuck, there's only 3 of us that work there. Be like, just shoot a text. Hey, man, won't be there. And you just get a thumbs up from Jason. You're like, okay, dope. Good to go.
There's only 4 people in my warehouse. It should be the same thing. It should just be one simple text, and everyone's aware immediately.
Yep.
So easy. But instead, it's like you have to call. You have to give me an explanation. You got to make contact. Is it COVID related? I get that question all the time. Is it COVID? No. What? No. COVID doesn't exist anymore. Come on. What? We're past that, dude.
COVID still exists.
I know.
Flu doesn't exist anymore.
That's
okay.
true.
There you go. There you go. COVID exists, just not the sickness, right?
just not the flu. The flu got canceled, replaced by COVID.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah, that's basically it.
So yeah, man, that's a nice system. Things that I envy, little things like that, where it's like, man, I wish I could just send a text message, but instead I got to wake my ass up at fucking 5:45 and call my boss and, hey man, I'm not feeling good. Go through the whole rigmarole just so I can fall back asleep again.
But you also have to understand, in order for me to have that, I have to work for the post office.
Yeah.
There is a trade-off. That is a trade-off. Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm guaranteed a job, but I deal with some really stupid people.
Oh, I bet, dude. You legitimately work for the government, right? Isn't post office a government job?
Oh, yeah.
Technically, no. It's self-sufficient. We get paid off of what the post office makes.
Oh, okay.
But they consider us part of the government. It's
for some reason, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. We don't get paid by the government. No.
Huh.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
That's why the post office is constantly raising their rates, because they pay us a lot of money to not do much.
Huh.
Yeah, I know my buddy Ian Starwalt, he works for the post office here. And he goes, dude, it is a joke around here. He's like, the one guy who's supposed to be running a mail route, his truck's already loaded for him, like ready to go.
Huh.
He doesn't show up till noon. Okay. He gets in his mail truck. He's out delivering mail till 10:30 at night. And like that's not at all how that's supposed to be done. And I asked Ian about that one time. I go, dude, I was just downtown. Okay, like fucking I think it was like Struggle Jennings or Moonshine Bandits or whatever. And I said, I just saw a mail truck drive by at 11 o'clock at night when I'm leaving a venue. What the hell is going on? He goes, Yep, that was James. Worthless.
Worthless. Still on route.
Oh my God.
That is one job. If they ever looked at me and said, you can no longer be in maintenance, you have to become a carrier, I wouldn't have a job. I will not be a carrier.
Yeah.
Like that, I don't blame you.
Nope.
That would suck.
I don't think I'd want to be a mail carrier. I don't know if that That doesn't sound very fun, man.
No.
That sounds like a lot of
short
walking.
shorts.
Well, yeah, you get to wear short shorts. I guess there's that. It sounds like a lot of walking and a lot of people's random dog dodging. You know.
So, you guys won't know who this is, okay? But Matt knows who this is. Lou Fate, right? Ran into my dad the other day. Okay. My dad comes home. He tells me, he goes, "You seen Lou Fate lately?" I go, "No." I said, "I guess I saw her, a couple weeks ago or whatever."
At that little family gathering.
Not like recently within the last week or something. He goes, "Well, I ran into her at Walmart yesterday." He goes, "Her shorts are so short. Had they been any shorter, they'd been over her shoulders." And I about just died laughing. It's like, oh my God.
What does that even mean?
And if you guys ever met my dad, he doesn't say stuff like that,
No,
like Southern dad sayings. And stuff. He's always really serious and to the point. He's like, if they were any shorter, they'd be over his shoulders. And I just fell out dying laughing.
God.
Oh gosh.
That's
Oh,
funny,
looks
man.
like Doobie made it to the chat.
Oh no, Charles Rich, everybody.
Oh God.
Hey Doobie, do we want to stream on Twitch tonight? Let me know, because if we do, we got to use Xbox Party Chat.
I am no surprise here. I am going to go do some night fishing tonight, so I'm waiting for. Yeah, I know.
Fish?
Yeah. I actually have taken up fishing. Yeah.
Weird, man.
What do you guys got planned for tonight?
He has a land speeder to put together.
Oh yeah. That's fun, man.
And I'll watch TV while he's doing it.
There you go,
dude. That's a good night.
I think if I stream on Twitch tonight, I'm going to be doing Diablo 4, doing a little bit of grinding. You guys get to see me be upset because that damn game won't drop me any, like, the little warding coils. I've just been grinding forever, and I have 3. Okay, like I am just.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad Doobie doesn't have a microphone right now.
Oh my God, I'm 2 cold brews in. Oh, fuck.
I'm so glad we can't hear him right now.
Oh, you'll hear him in stream tonight.
Oh, I guess, yeah.
Oh,
yeah, I'll be down at
gosh.
McKinsey watching you guys or something.
I may have to find a way to listen to that. That's something of y'all's I haven't listened to yet.
I'll put a link on my Facebook.
Sometimes it gets. He shows me clips every once in a while, and sometimes it gets
pretty
absolutely ridiculous.
Well, he has been kicked off Twitch, so yeah.
Yeah,
he has twice now. We won't talk about the first time, but the.
All right. On that note, I think I'm going to go ahead and exit. It was nice seeing everybody.
It was good to see you too, Chris. You have a good evening.
You too.
Thanks for joining the stream, man. We appreciate you.
He said, "Thanks for joining the stream. Appreciate it." All right. Well, did you turn him off?
Oh, Doobie is fun. He's really fun to play video games with and stuff. It's just crazy.
Wild Philly Wagon is at Blacktooth Brewery.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Dinner? We'll see. We'll see how long we go. But,
yeah. I'm actually not too hungry right now, but
we had a clip. I think it was just on my Twitch and I saved the video, but Doobie got us one night at like 3:00 in the morning. It was me and Doobie and Logan and his wife and Doobie's little brother.
Hang on, Doobie. No, you are not using the Wyoming Philly Wagon to get access into the studio and get onto a microphone. Get out. I see you over there in the chat, bro.
He goes, I deliver. He's like, I've had 2 cold brews. He's not even driving. He's just running across.
You would hear him from the moment he walked in the front door.
Oh gosh.
Maybe we should. I don't know.
But Doobie gets us into this. Doobie, if you want to stop by, come on by. We'll plug another microphone.
You know the studio's open, man. Come on by.
But Doobie's like, okay, we're gonna play shotgun roulette. We were playing Call of Duty, right? So we set up a private server. And so everybody set up shotguns, right? And everybody stands in a circle. Okay, and you have one person go in the middle, and you have to turn like your sensitivities up all the way and everything. And he'll just spin circles and then shoot. And then, okay, well, that person's out. Well, you only have so many lives. Once you spend all your lives, you're done. And then it'll there'll be one person left at the end of it. So Doobie's brother, and the clip would have been so much better if Doobie's brother, Jeremy, would have included his game audio because you can't hear what he's saying. but we're all making fun of him, right? Because he's it's host advantage, right? He just died.
What he typed right there, dude. He's ahead of you. He's like,
yeah,
he's already pissed about it.
So his brother's all bitching, right? He's all upset because he died again. So Doobie gets in the middle, right? And he starts spinning. And my character, which is, the point of view that the video is taken from, you see Doobies Brother come around the corner down the road. He's coming up the road, hasn't even made it to the circle yet. Doobie fires, blows Jeremy down. It's like, oh my God, we all just die laughing.
And this is from a random circle, right? Just the mouse swipe and the
it was a circle. He's just spinning as fast as he can.
That's so good, man.
Jeremy lost his fucking mind.
Dude, that's
it was
so good.
Damn funny.
Hadn't even got there yet.
You
showed me that clip, didn't you?
I have.
Yeah, dude, that's amazing.
Oh, it's one.
What
of
are
the
odds?
clips we
What
ever
are the odds, dude? Because when you're set up with your sensitivity that high and you turn, I mean, it's a blur.
Oh,
it's
is. You can't see anything.
You can't see anything, man.
Oh,
that's some Santagato Studios shit, dude. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Doobie does kind of remind me of Keith a little bit. A little bit.
I think my brother Austin really reminds me of Keith.
I don't know him I just don't know him enough to I haven't spent enough time around.
We need
Austin.
to get my brother on here.
Austin seems more like a little more reserved, I think, than I give him credit for. Like he seems a little quieter. Maybe it's just when I'm around or something, but
he is. However, if he can find something to pick at your soul, oh boy,
okay,
it's on.
Okay.
He'll sit there and pick and agitate and pick and agitate. That's just the way he is.
I think that runs in the Booker family, man.
I'm telling you, he's a different level. It is drive you to the insane asylum level.
He's the youngest, right?
He is.
So There you go. Yeah, my family will say the same thing about me. The youngest in the family there's always something. There's always something about the youngest in the family that's just a little bit different. I think it's because that's truly the next generation of the family line. And it's like your taste, right? Your taste changes every 7 years or whatever. Mm-hmm. Well, you pop another kid out every 7 years, every generation down the line, something a little bit different, Oh
god.
But you can still see the roots in there, right? Like dude, you put Austin up next to your dad and it's like, jeez. I guess next to your mom too. I guess next to your mom, dude. Very similar.
I look so much more like
dude. When you two were sitting in here doing the reaction, I was watching that just like, what? This is crazy. You could do a face swap app on that, and it almost wouldn't look any different.
Matter. Doobie, I think we're good on the Philly wagon, or at least I am. That's up to Matt.
I don't care. It's your call. Doesn't matter to me.
Anyway, so Pappy, I had a burning question in my mind on Thursday.
Okay.
Number one, do you sing or even mildly play an instrument? And if you do you want to do something this winter?
So I sing, but it would need a whole lot of correcting.
That's not a problem.
Hey, Dustin, I know a guy.
I know,
right?
I know a guy.
And no, unfortunately, the violin thing has kind of taken a backseat to everything else we have going on. So I'm not playing an instrument. It's not really an option. But I know how to follow a beat, but whether or not I'm on key or it sounds good is a completely different story.
That's fair.
Okay.
I'll tell you this: when we did it with and everybody, my vocals included, always need a little bit of correcting here and there.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know if it was the room Carly was recording in, or maybe the microphone, or the way her voice hit the microphone. She wasn't using a pop filter. That was another thing too. But there was a lot of different kind of compression stuff we had to do to make it sound right and everything, and it came out pretty good.
It came out good. Yeah, it came out good.
But one of the things that she hated the most about it, and I want, because I would love to do something sing with you. I think it would be a lot of fun, and we would pick something fun and not so much, not like Creep, where it's like we have to try to get the vibe out of it.
We'd do a softball, man. We just we'd do something fun. It'd be a good time.
But Oh gosh, why did I just blank? What was I talking
Something about Carly's, the way she didn't like her vocal. Something.
Oh,
about...
yeah. So the hardest part about the thing for her, right, is so when she recorded the vocals to send to us, right, we sent her what's called like the scratch track. So it's the instrumentals kind of done for the most part. We sent her that and then go, okay, we want you to sing it from the beginning all the way to the end, even if you know you're not going to be singing there. Just beginning to end, sing it.
The whole song, yeah.
Right? And we said, wear headphones so that way the music doesn't come through on your audio. Then we want you to just send us the voice clip. When you listen back to just your vocal clip,
dude, it is.
Oh, boy. It's rough.
You literally, like, every single time you're just like,
right?
Just
yeah. No, if we pick the right song, I'd be down for it. That's fine.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we can do something. I don't know. We, like I said, we can pick a softball that's really easy to sing and not very difficult.
Maybe even something we can just find. Like on the Creep cover,
yeah.
I just found a free acoustic guitar sample for the song and used that for the instrumentals. I was like,
yep.
So I think the song that would fit me best is Tequila from the Pee Wee Herman movie.
Let's go.
Tequila. I'm gonna write that down.
I'm gonna write that down.
Pee Wee Tequila.
No, have you seen the clip from the guy? He did that on America's Got Talent.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
oh
he did.
God.
He looked at Simon and goes, "I'm going to do karaoke," and Simon hates karaoke with a passion, and that's the song he did. Where like every minute and a half, he just went tequila,
tequila.
Tequila.
I love there is a clip of a guy doing that at karaoke at a bar, and that's one of my favorite clips of all time on the internet, because he's up there with the mic and he just stands there the whole time, and you can see like the bar on the screen behind him, because it gives you the countdown before, and it's just the longest loading bar, the longest, dude, and then finally it gets the thing and it's like 3, 2, 1, and he's all tequila. And then just puts the mic back down, and then the loading bar starts over, man.
This dude did the same thing, but he was on a stage in front of the judges on America's Got Talent.
Maybe it was the same guy. I wonder if it was the same guy, because that definitely went viral when he did that. So maybe it was just the same guy doing his little shtick or whatever. Yeah, that's funny, dude.
Yeah. Well, I'll start thinking about some songs, and if you got some songs or whatever, like I said, it'll probably be this winter. So
yeah.
January, February, the kind of around that area.
Yep, when we're packed in with the snow and we can't get out and we got nothing else to do, basically.
Right,
pretty much.
Yeah, summer around here, man. I try every weekend to try and get out and be as active outside as I can, because we get such a limited time here that it's like got to take every minute that you can, dude.
I don't blame you. All right, so you asked your question. Now it's time for mine.
Let's
what
go.
Do we got?
I told y'all about it Thursday, remember?
He's going to destroy us.
Oh, it was the video game question, but with
songs. So
right,
most nostalgic, current favorite, and all-time favorite song. I've given y'all 2 days to think of this crap. I told y'all Thursday.
I don't prepare for this stuff.
I know what I'm going to say for nostalgic, but there's a tie between the two. Okay, so I'm just going to have to give you both.
I have the same problem.
Let me see. Strawberry Wine, because I remember growing up as a kid, hearing my mom sing it and doing karaoke. She would go and sing. That was always the one she would sing. She sings it really, really well. That's one of those nostalgia. Pretty much anything. Well, almost anything old school Rascal Flatts is a big nostalgia thing for me too. But the other song would be Dust on the Bottle. Love that. I think was it Diamond Rio?
No, I think it was David Murphy or something like that.
Yeah.
It wasn't Diamond Rio.
Yeah. So those would be like the two big nostalgia ones that like bring back like cool memories of like me and my mom singing in the car together or whatever. Like I really like those two as far as nostalgic goes.
Lee Murphy, not David Murphy. Lee Murphy.
Yeah.
Dude, this is the hardest question in the world, man. This is legitimately like one of the hardest questions in the world.
I had to pay Chris back. Blame him.
I didn't hear anything he just said. I didn't hear a single thing he just said, because I was literally just in my head thinking of all, like trying to jog my brain for nostalgic songs that I like really like to listen to. Dude, it is. I don't know. I guess kind of an album that like started to shape my drumming style was an old Spin Doctors CD. So, but it was like the whole album. But I guess if I had to pick a song off of it, it'd be like Little Miss from Spin Doctors. It's like that one's like Little Miss, Little Miss, Little Miss, can't be wrong, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ain't nobody gonna bow no more to you. Sound is gone. That like just some old classic old rock stuff. Spin Doctors, man. I spent a lot of time as a kid playing my dad's drum set with a set of headphones on to Spin Doctors. So that would, as far as nostalgia goes, like when that stuff comes on, and they're like pretty popular songs at bars and stuff. So when they come on, it's definitely one of those things. It's like, oh yeah, that's classic, man. So
okay.
I guess if I have to pick something, let's go with that for nostalgia. And then what are the other two?
So current it's nostalgic, current favorite, and then like all-time favorite.
God.
So
I quit. I'm out.
As far as I'm gonna go nostalgia and then the all-time favorite, and then I'll get to current favorite because that's kind of a tie between a couple right now. But all-time favorite has got to be it's a really, really close pick between what is the name of that song by Chris Cagle?
Walmart parking lot. I only know that's our Patreon.
No, Laredo, breathe in, breathe out. The one about the minutes.
Fuck no.
That wasn't Chris Cagle.
No, it wasn't. I believe that was Yellow Wolf.
Or The Offspring or something.
Chicks Dig It by Chris Cagle.
Chicks Dig It, yeah.
That's one of those, every time it comes on, I know every single word, sing it to the top of my lungs, just like just on a different planet.
We reacted to that one too, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah, y'all reacted to it.
Yeah, it had the best, worst 90s music video. Dude,
it did.
Was that the one with the skateboarding? Yeah, dude. And we talked about how they did multi-shot editing with over-the-shoulder cameras back in the day. Yeah, dude. What a crazy to be in video production in like the any era before the digital
like 2012.
era. Yeah, to be in the era where you were literally gluing tapes together and putting them on a reel and like, dude, so crazy, man, so crazy. Like here, we have these VCR or these cassettes that go into these basically shoulder-mounted VCRs, and then you take that cassette out of there, you put it in this machine, you can cut it and splice it with another one, and then you put these movies together on these big. It's so crazy, dude. What a weird. And same thing with audio recording, like before the digital era, like they did the same thing. They did tape recording back in the day, where you literally did a reel to reel, but it was just audio lines on there.
Yeah,
and cutting and there really wasn't editing. It was kind of like, if you have to stop and start over again, we're pretty much putting a new reel on and starting over. Like, it's so crazy, man.
So your all-time favorite,
dude.
Let's start small, okay?
Oh yeah, start small.
All-time favorite.
All-time favorite song
out of all of your existence on this planet. Out of the millions of songs you listen to, what is your all-time favorite? It can't be that many.
yeah.
No, not at all.
Dude, that is such a tough question, man, because there are so many good ones, and there are so many songs too, in like different parts of my life when I was going through different things that were so influential, you know, that like I could say that that's one of my favorite songs of all time because of the situation that I was in and how it made me, you know, how it helped me get out of that or whatever. Like, fuck, dude. Online song, Blink-182. Final answer.
Online song. Okay. Oh, did you ever, speaking of online song, do you guys remember that? Oh, by the way, I know my current favorite. We'll get there in a minute. By the same artist that I'm about to speak about. But Brad Paisley, he released a song, I think it was called Online.
Okay.
Talking about how he's like a different person online. He's like 6'4" and tan. And, he's got all this stuff. And then it cuts to the music video and he's just like, you know, some dude behind a
looks like me. Yeah.
So I can probably get away with about 3 seconds of this. It's gotta stop because that's probably too much right there. But yeah, and then after when all the drums kick in, it's like it's like super quick and like really, really complex and confusing. And I think that's why I like it. But I don't know. I don't think that's my favorite song of all time. But again, we're in the moment. I got to pick something, right? So that is a very, very, very poignant song in my life for sure. Yeah. And it's about kind of the era of like AOL Instant Messenger. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
You were probably a little bit young for it. But
I remember the song.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the software. Do you remember like AOL online? All that shit?
I didn't use it, but
you got mail, like all that shit. Yeah. So it was during that era when like, you know, you were trying to like flirt with girls through AOL Instant Messenger and kind of like discovering the internet as a thing. And you know, like when you were back in my time with AOL Instant Messenger anyways, when you were dating someone, like you could have their screen name be the same as yours and stuff. And like, so when people saw that you were online and your friends list, your screen names were the same, and you could change colors and do all sorts of dumb shit, dude. But yeah, so it's kind of all about that, like the weird early era of like kind of online dating and instant messaging and like the text messaging era and stuff, which is a pretty big, you know, that's a pretty big thing in my life. I'm a baby of that technology era. I was basically around when they started the internet, when they clicked it on, you know, and all the computers went online. And so it's been the advancement in technology has been wild, man. It's absolutely nuts.
Yeah, and Dawn, that's an awesome answer. Love that song too.
It is.
Well, what does she say?
I've been watching you.
I've been watching you.
Oh, okay.
That's a really good one. I know you don't listen to country.
Nope.
Okay, but
some country, you know, some.
That song's basically about a kid that's been watching his dad and acting like it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah. My brother hates that song.
Really?
Yeah, because every time he'd go to the orthodontist when he was a kid, that song would be playing. And he's like, I cannot fucking stand this song. He would have to go twice a week, right? And every time he walked in, that damn song would come on. My brother would go, he's sitting there in the chair. I've been watching you. He's like, well, I'm sick of watching you.
It's funny. He's got some existential trauma just from being in a bad place, you know.
Right. Friends in Low Places is another good one. My all-time favorite right now, the one I've listened to the most over the past 2 days, is "I'm Still a Guy" by Brad Paisley.
Well,
song,
that is amazing.
That song was so ahead of its time, and he was just talking about being a guy in a relationship with a woman because she's like trying to change you and make you all fancy and stuff, whatever.
The whole metrosexual thing when Queer Eye first started back in the 90s. Yeah.
Right.
Early 2000s.
But then towards the end of it, he talks about, you know, all these guys going out and getting, you know, their hands done and they're doing the whole thing. He's like, that's not for me. I'm still a guy. He's like, whatever. I'm going to do my thing over here. And I just love I think the reason I love the song so much is because with the whole Jason Aldean thing that's going on right now and everybody's all upset about that.
Yep.
Imagine if Brad Paisley released that song today. Like,
it'd be
the world would be on fire.
Right.
Like no building would have glass in it. Like it would just be insane.
Yeah.
I went to my Spotify hoping that maybe I could go
to Spotify would tell you what your current favorite is.
Yeah, like I was hoping maybe there was an analytic on there that would tell me like out of my liked songs which one was played the most, you know? And then I'd be like, I guess that's the one I like the most right now. But update for everybody out there in case you weren't aware, there is no analytic on Spotify for how many times your songs have been played. So I just learned that.
You just get that at the end of the year, man.
I guess, yeah. So I'm just gonna do this instead. I'm just gonna go to my liked songs and I'm gonna hit play. Okay, this one's good. It's Tommy's Face by Your Broken Hero. And it's actually a really good song. So that's my current favorite song. Because if I was to plug my Spotify in and hit play, I'd be like, yeah, this is a jam. All right, cool. And I guess that's what Spotify decided I wanted to listen to first. So based on algorithms, that's my favorite current.
Brad Paisley song Ticks, that's a good one. Mud on the Tires was always a good one when I loved that song. My mom was saying Green Light by Brendan Hart. That song is a bomb. I love that song.
Okay. Dad Bod
for you
by Brandon Hart. Dude, the piano, something about the piano and the drums and the way that that bump 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 bump. I don't know what it is, man, but that is just so fucking catchy, dude.
Yeah,
so catchy. First time I heard that, I was like, "Whoo, okay, all right, I'm on board. I'm a fan."
Oh, did you ever see that? Did you react to that video or see it? Brandon Hart, Dad Bod?
No. Oh, I don't think I've done anything by Brandon Hart.
Oh, dude.
I recommend starting with Dad Bod. It is so good. It's so much fun, dude.
Nice.
It's like if Tom McDonald and Brandon Hart did like a home free funny vibe kind of thing, that's kind of what it is.
Well, and Tom's not even in that song.
That's what I mean. Yeah, it's like a Hangover Gang family version of like
it is so, because the whole vibe of the video is I'm just like this fat bearded dude that's like just living life, man. Like I like my Frosties and fries and whatever. And everybody says that I should like be on a yacht and whatever. And he's like, well, I'm out on a boat anyway.
The first line of the song is paid for that VIP pass at my gym. Then don't go.
Then don't go.
I don't go.
That is Chris. Chris has had a membership to Crunch Fitness. July 18th was 1 year. He has not stepped foot inside that building. No. The day we signed up, he was there. Hasn't been in that building since.
He's like, well, I went there once and signed up.
I got the card and got a granola bar at the snack bar and then
He didn't even do that. He just signed up and then walked out.
Hey man, baby steps, okay? It's baby steps.
I haven't been in a couple weeks. I need to go, but I've been slacking.
Yeah, I haven't either, but my gym partner's been on vacation, so I haven't had anybody to go with.
Yeah. Well, shoot, if he was in town, we'd go.
Right?
Pappy, what are yours? Did you give us answers for all yours? You haven't yet, have you?
No, I haven't spoken in 5 minutes.
Let's go. Let's go.
Looks at Matt does most of the talking.
So I have two nostalgic ones, and I can't pick between the two. I don't think y'all have heard either one of them. I'd almost be willing to bet money y'all haven't, and no one in this chat has. The first one is called 30 Point Buck.
Nope.
I don't think so. Nope.
Okay.
Never heard of it.
It's one of those almost like a fisherman tall tales, but it's a hunting tale about a guy who shoots a 30-point buck.
Dude, love it.
Oh, love it.
But it is the worst song ever. Like
Really?
Yes. Oh my God. Like the lyrics are funny as hell, but the people performing, they're not really good singers. So it's just
bad.
It's bad. And at one point, I don't remember when in the song it is. The Youpers. Okay. So Dawn knows who it is. Outstanding. At one point, they go, the 30-point buck. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, God.
Okay, so Steve has heard of it too. Good. So I'm not the only one.
Yeah, apparently. I think we're the only two that haven't heard it. Everyone in the chat's like, I've heard it. I've not heard it.
You guys are awesome. So the second one is a NASCAR song.
Okay.
It's called She Named Me Dale, Darrell, Walter, Richard, Petty, Rusty, Olson, Bill, Irving, Gordon, Earnhardt, Smith, Johnson Jr.
I think I've heard that once in my life and went, what the fuck was that?
Yes, it's about a kid that is born at Daytona, I think it was, and the mom named him after all the drivers.
Yeah.
So the reason for this, the nostalgia part. Okay, Mama Melody's heard that one. Outstanding. So the reason for the nostalgia part, that takes me back to my childhood because unfortunately, me joining the military, the guy I was before the military wiped him out. Like he's done and over with. So it takes me back to the person I was before the military.
That's cool.
So that's the reason for the nostalgia part. But both of I can't pick a favorite because they are both so horrible. It is amazing. It really is.
Oh gosh,
that's funny, man.
And so current favorite is Come Back Stronger from No Resolve.
Oh,
and that is like this close to being my all-time favorite. Like that song, I even said it in my reaction. It has become my theme song. It's absolutely amazing. But at the same time, Last Resort by
the reimagined.
Yes,
yeah, you haven't heard that yet. We're gonna be hitting that this week.
They are so amazing. Yes, y'all need to because my copyright got released. I sent Chris the screen cap of it.
Excellent.
Yeah. So, all-time favorite, I have no justification for it because it doesn't actually apply to my life, but it is Die a Happy Man by Red Atkins. Or not Red Atkins.
Yeah.
I
know who you're talking about.
Thomas Rhett. Yeah.
Thomas Rhett, yeah.
Red Atkins' son.
That is a good song.
Yes, I love that song. It does not pertain to me because it's a dude talking about how much he loves his wife in a little black dress and all this other stuff. Doesn't pertain to me. Well, but I love that song.
I think the song, like, to me, it doesn't even, like, when I remember the song, it's about, having your goals and dreams and, like, however small they may be. If I accomplish them, then I could die a happy man. Like, I like that. There was one point in time I knew how to play it on guitar.
Yeah. And Home Free did a cover of that one too.
Ah.
I think they did.
They did. There's no thinking. They did.
Well, there's no thinking. I was more. I meant to say they did, and then I think we covered it, but I just mixed them together.
Go. Yeah, just a mashup in there.
I don't think y'all reacted to that one.
I don't think we have.
No, I don't think we have. Either. It doesn't sound familiar to me.
Yeah, but I don't know what it is about that song. But yeah, yes, Matt. When you hear "Falling in Reverse," I can't speak. Falling in Reverse.
Falling in Reserve with what? Yeah. What'd you say, Randy Rodkey? When you said it last time?
Randy, I was talking about Randy Rodkey. Yeah, I was like, no, Ronnie Rodkey. Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. So I get you. Yeah, we're on the same page here, Pappy.
Oh,
okay.
That the first time I heard that, I was driving home from work bawling like a little baby. Cool. I was.
Excellent. Okay.
That's a good song.
Yeah, we'll throw it up. We can put that on next week's list if you want to. I'm down with that.
We could. We do have a new Spokane artist that reached out to us on the Ethan suggested for us to check out. So
that's a pretty good recommendation source. So let's check it out.
Let me see. I saw some Thunder Rolls by State of Mind.
See, when I read Thunder Rolls, I can only think is it Garth Brooks? That's the only one I can think. But
it was State of Mind, No Resolve, and somebody else.
Yeah, somebody else.
Brandon, somebody, I think.
I have a video for anyone who's interested. I have a video on my Facebook. If you go to Matt Greenlee, just my Facebook, there's a video of me and my old band, drunk as shit, walking down the streets of downtown Seattle, screaming Thunder Rolls at the top of our lungs, and just butchering it. But we're all so passionate about it and so excited to sing it. Yep. And it is just a tiny little piece of film history that is just it's such a golden little nugget. So if you're feeling fruity, head over to my Facebook and go to my videos tab and scroll through there. You'll find it. You'll see it. I don't know what it's
asked the guy if he's feeling fruity.
What's that? Oh. Sorry about that,
Dustin. Blue on Black by Five Finger Death Punch. That's
Five Finger Death Punch. Like Wrong Side of Heaven is absolutely amazing.
They're
actually speaking of Five Finger Death Punch.
Damn, you beat me to it. All right.
Ivan Moody has started 2 businesses in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and is supposedly moving there.
And at Cheyenne Frontier Days, they played Cheyenne Frontier Days this year. And at Cheyenne Frontier Days, Ivan Moody was also handed the key to the city by the mayor.
Jesus.
So he has the key to the city to Cheyenne. and 2 businesses there. So
yeah,
he's got apparently it's like a punk rock or it's like a rock and roll history of Five Finger Death Punch at a gas station.
Yeah,
at like a it's like a rock and roll gas station museum. Pretty cool. I don't know. I'd be down to check it out. Like,
and then the other one I think is it's a medical facility for it's something really specific like osteoporosis.
Oh,
or
really?
Some type of yeah. But so that's the other one he's running, which is super cool. But I've seen Five Finger Death Punch, I think 3 times live. There was the first time he came through, you could tell he was a little drunk on stage, but like he was holding it together. He put on a good show, whatever. The second time he came through, he was going through the whole thing, went to rehab, tried to get dry, all that good stuff. And that was an excellent show.
Crushed it? Okay.
Crushed it. The last show I saw, Five Finger Death Punch, he had like fallen back off the wagon in like a big way.
Oh no!
His band got upset and walked off stage and left him there. And he sang the rest of his set completely wasted a cappella. And people just got up and started leaving. It was bad.
That's got to be in like alternative press somewhere or something. I'm sure that made headlines.
Got to be there somewhere.
Has to be somewhere, dude. That is.
Yeah, I'm glad to see he's been making a recovery since. That was like 8 years ago.
Yeah, okay. Like, he's obviously doing better now. I mean,
seems like it.
He's got the key to the capital city of Wyoming. So he's doing.
Well, they give keys out to anybody around here.
They kind of do, bro. They kind of do. I got 30 more copies of these in my office. Here, you want one? Here's one for you. You can have one. It's like an Oprah show around here. You get a key to the city, and you get a key to the city.
Oh man.
All right, let's think. Let me think of a question for old Pappy D here. What is your next reaction? What's your next? What do you got on your list, man? Does it just happen on a daily basis? Do you just kind of like pick them randomly, or?
Yes,
okay,
I do.
Okay.
I'll come up here and like the art. I'll go through my content and see who I haven't reacted to recently, and I'll pick one of theirs.
Okay.
Oh,
that's cool.
A good idea.
That's a really good idea. We struggle. We always we always like at the end of our episodes, we'll end up talking about someone else that's kind of related to what we're watching that we haven't had on the screen. And I'm like, we should get them on the screen at the end of an episode, and then it doesn't happen for like weeks and weeks and weeks. Yeah.
See, I don't want to call it a problem, but my situation, home free and voice play, I get 2,000-3,000 views. The majority of my views come from like the Filipino artist and the Brazilian artist that I react to, and the Norwegian artist. Like, it's not American artists that I react to that get the most views for me. It's foreign stuff. It's like Kel Pangilinan and Maury and all of them get the most.
Huh.
Yeah, it's weird. Like my biggest video, last time I looked, my biggest video was Dimash.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. We've had a lot of recommendations for that. A lot.
But I've run into the problem with him. Like the first 2 reactions I did, I didn't have any problems, but everything after that has gotten blocked. But then it gets released with a copyright, so I'm not getting paid for it, which I don't really care. I mean, I think my analytics say I made $28 last month.
The money is whatever, but like the thing about getting blocked is the fact that like I wanted that video to come out today, and now it's not going to come out for who knows, it might be 30 days until it comes out, and then when it comes out in 30 days, it's basically going to be just buried in everything else, and no one's going to see it, and it'll just all of a sudden show up on my page, and it'll be one of those things where you have to kind of selectively go out and look for it. And we've experienced that with block videos in the past, and that's why blocks are fine. It is what it is, as long as they get released. It's not a strike and it's a block, but that's the shitty thing about it is like the penalty is now you have to wait 2 weeks for your video to come out, and you're not going to get that right on the homepage, first day upload stream.
The way I get around that is whenever it does get blocked, I set it to private. And then once I get the email that the copyright's been released or whatever it is, I go in and then I schedule it to come out whenever.
That's a good idea.
So I don't load it to the page right then. It's uploaded, but it's not released.
That's not a bad. Maybe we should consider something like that. And then we could put out a short and just be like, hey, this one got blocked, so we're waiting for the thing to come back, and then it'll come out next week, whatever. But usually
what we do when we get blocked is we'll put up a short being like, hey, it got blocked. It'll be there when it be there. See you tomorrow.
See, with y'all, it's different than with me, because with me, I can come up here, I can do the 3 recordings, and then because after I do the 3 recordings, I edit everything. I do everything in one day.
Yeah.
So once I get that there's a block, I can come in here the next day or the day after and catch up to the recording to where I still have one to release after that.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm not stuck like you guys are.
Yeah.
So it's easier for me to do that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yep. Yeah, no, we have to run by some type of schedule. Otherwise, shit just never happens.
And even when we try to, sometimes even when we do that, it's like, life happens, man. Like shit happens.
I'm lucky enough I don't really have to do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I'm looking at our watch later list here, and I have stuff from Ryan Upchurch that we were supposed to cover like 3 weeks ago that we still have to get to.
Still got to get there, yeah.
I've got, let me see, Joe Tyler and Colt Ford. They both reached out to me on Instagram, told me they were putting this out. And I was like, cool, you putting out a video? And Joe Tyler's like, maybe. And I was like, let me know if you put out a video.
Yeah, need a video.
And he's like, okay. So then here we are. Okay. We put out a video, so that was cool.
Cool.
We got Broadnax. We got
Salev. We've had
Sale VV.
Yeah, we've had this guy on the channel before.
He's a local. He did. If you hadn't seen our reaction to it, he did a song called "The Undertaker," and it was a really kind of cool. It was just different. It was really cool though, and now he's got a part 2 to it as well. But I believe he started playing the song off with ukulele, and then it ended up being like drums and guitars. It was a big
production. Yep.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So yeah, and his production value is actually really good. Yeah. So I'm interested. And this is the
he's the
guitar
local
player drummer for a band called Mastermind of Monkey.
Yeah.
Right? That was them? Yeah.
Mastermind of Monkey.
And we have reactions to them on our page as well. But yeah.
And then I found a new band called Ghost Hounds.
Okay.
Ridiculous. You should check them out, Pappy D. I think you'd like them.
Yeah, you're gonna have to text me all this so I remember.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And then the Anchor by Lindsay Ray was another one that somebody sent to me. I don't know who. So we got to get that up too.
Lindsey Sterling's coming to Casper. Do you know that?
I cannot afford that
At
ticket.
the Ford
Let
Center.
me tell you that right
I
now.
really don't like y'all.
Let's get. Don't worry, we won't be there. I can't afford the tickets either, man.
But nobody's coming to Houston. Nobody, even in the winter. In the winter, when it's still 70 degrees down here, no one is playing in Houston.
Which
That's
is
so
weird. Which
Do
is
they
weird.
just all
Yes.
go to like Dallas?
When
Yeah,
I'm
like
when I'm
Dallas,
in
Fort
bands,
Worth, San Antonio, but those are 3-4
Yeah.
hours away.
Jeez.
yeah, that's. I mean, to be fair, as far as travel is concerned, if you're coming from like the middle of the country and you're kind of coming down to the into the top of Texas, I mean, the shoot. You're right. You're right. The shoot from Dallas to Houston it's a jump. Like on a map, it doesn't look very far, but it's a jump.
3 hours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a big jump because last time I was touring, we played Dallas and we were going to go play Houston, and we actually decided to play a spot closer because it was a 3-hour drive over to Houston. It was like, well, we can play. There was a venue in between. I can't remember. But it was only like an hour from Dallas, and it was like we're going to play that one instead, and then puts us on
But
better.
Like if you look at someone's route schedule and they go from Dallas over to San Antonio, but then they go to Louisiana or Mississippi or Florida,
Yeah.
to
It's like,
get from there from point A to point B, they go right through the middle of Houston.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
But
yeah.
like nobody's stopping here. It's let me rephrase that. At least no one that I listen to is stopping here.
Yeah, fair enough.
I wonder if it has to do with because like Casper is a drive-through state, right? Like people play Seattle, Tacoma, Spokane, and then they'll get into Idaho, play like Great Falls and Boise and whatever.
and then
they'll come down into Montana and play Billings and
Butte
Bozeman,
and yeah.
whatever. And then they'll end up in Casper and play Casper, and then they'll play Denver.
Yeah.
Well, there was for a little while that really nobody was coming through Casper because there was no venue that was willing to work with.
There
anybody.
wasn't a spot to set up. Yeah, and
Like,
it was Casper was.
Oh, and there was a spot to set up, but nobody would shell out the
that was the thing.
$2,000 to get them in.
The mentality here for so long was venue owners thought that if a professional band was coming through, that they would pay the venue to play their music there, and it's like we don't pay to play. You pay us because we're about to bring you 1,000 customers tonight. So like you're paying us. What are you talking about? So yeah, that mentality, and it still exists here. It's kind of a weird thing. Like there is a heavy pay to play mentality in this state, which is a weird like, yeah, well, you guys can play this venue, but it's based on ticket sales. So we'll sell you tickets. You buy $500 in tickets, and then you sell as many as you can. We'll look at your total sales, and that'll depend on where you're at on the bill. That's literally pay to play. Like. Yeah. And then what do I do with those other tickets? I'm just out $150 if I don't sell them all.
You know what I did?
Oh God! You see what you've done, Doobie? He's already just got here and he's already causing problems.
Oh my gosh!
We legitimately can just.
He scared the hell out of me.
Do this.
Like that dog gonna crawl out the window.
That's how we get food at our studio. All right, quick. Chris, close the window, quick. Oh, no.
Boom! Just slam him
I'll
in
come
there.
around the door, Doobie. Are you coming in the window?
That was the most redneck Wyoming thing I've ever seen in my life.
Welcome to the live stream. There we go.
That is, oh my God.
Well, y'all wanted some Pee Wee Herman shit. Now you got it.
Tequila.
God, I'm
It's Doobie
dying.
Gang.
Oh shit!
God.
It is hot in this room.
Yeah.
Whoo!
Yeah, we should we? I mean, we have food now, and Doobie's here. Should we start wrapping up, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, we can. Hey, Doobie, is there anything that you need to say to Mr. Pappy D here?
Yeah.
Hi.
Oh.
Hi. He can't hear me, but hi.
Oh,
can you hear him, Pappy, back there? Or,
you can turn out
Yeah,
the monitors a little bit. I think that'll do. I'll let you know when. You are.
Tell Pappy to say something.
Hey, you want to give us a little mic check there, Mr. Dustin?
Hello. Me or him?
Yeah, you.
Oh, hi.
You. Yeah.
Can you hear it in our
Give us a
monitors?
little-
I haven't turned down quite a ways, so.
Go ahead and say hello again.
Hi.
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
Hey,
All right.
how are you?
We were trying to
Doing
make
good.
it to
How are
where
you?
he could hear you through the speakers without the speakers coming through the microphones.
Yeah.
So that way we
might still get a little interference, but I think
All
we're
right.
pretty
So
good.
since Doobie is sitting right there and he is y'all's Star Wars guy,
Oh, here we go.
That's me.
The Star Wars guy.
Oh, you got the Mythosaur logo. Oh, and you have a Boba Fett too. Hell yeah, brother.
oh no, dude.
Here, let me just
Okay,
put
all
you on
right.
the microphone over here.
So
No,
Those-
what did I say? No, this is exactly what I was trying to avoid. Are you
Hey,
you're-
everybody.
God damn it.
hi. So those are going on the wall.
Oh, let's go. Oh,
And
and you
the-
have Hargerts. You have
Yeah.
hog yogurt.
The
Hog
little one,
yogurt.
the little one is the Lego bust. That's a Lego helmet.
I love
That's
that.
sick.
My brother has a Mandalorian helmet like that. That's awesome.
Those are
You
going
have
up
just a really cool like man cave, don't you?
That is a good setup. Yeah.
basically, and I'm putting comic books up on the wall too.
Oh hell yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah,
That'd be a sick space.
Yeah.
As
It
a resident nerd, I approve.
And those comic books will actually help you with a little bit of sound absorption too.
yeah.
I'm just being a weird
Okay,
sound
so
nerd, but
so Doobie, he asked us a question. Okay,
I was partially there for the question.
most nostalgic song, all-time favorite, and current favorite.
Okay, so
see, he's doing the Spotify thing too.
I am because I can't keep track of my brain if I don't.
Bill, the plan is to actually have that separated from the wall by about a half inch, and then have some LED lights behind it to have it shiny.
Oh, that's cool. So it's almost like a shadow box.
Yeah.
So current obsession is "Gotta Be Real" by Cheryl Lynn, which is a really obscure. It was
Cheryl
it's-
Lynn.
it was a TikTok sound right now, but it's got like just stank face bass in it. So I'm just like all about it right now.
Doobies at work.
Most nostalgic, probably Mr. Roboto by Styx,
That's amazing.
because we played it in marching band my freshman year. And I was so into that fucking song. I watched that weird music video with the weird robots and the but that's like most nostalgic because I still sing that song like every time. And
Oh yeah.
Bushka and Testament. The
I'm
last time
pretty
we went out for
sure
karaoke, I sang that
he
song.
He
And,
did.
and everyone loved me. I was just like, people do love me.
I'm pretty sure that he got the name Doobie because of his freshman year of band.
Oh yeah, it was
Because everyone
my
thought you were
freshman-
just stoned the whole time.
No, they thought I was on drugs.
Well, I mean,
Same thing, Doobie.
Well, okay. Here's the thing. I was acting like a crackhead though, not like someone who smoked weed. Because
What do you mean acting?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
he did
All
just
right.
crawl through a window to get in here.
What?
No, just
Me
crackhead.
causing drama, I would never.
Oh, God.
Okay, Doobie, I got one more thing for you, and
I'm
y'all are
excited.
gonna think this is really really fucking weird, and I'm sorry because it's fucking weird.
Well, it's a 307 Reacts thing, so everything is weird.
I thought you were going to show us your wiener.
I didn't know where. I thought we were going Omegle vibes here.
Oh,
for a
that is
second.
awesome. That's such an awesome leg sleeve.
Dude,
You got mall. I can't tell what that is.
That is supposed to be Jabba the Hutt.
Ah,
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's
I
hard
think
to
it's
see
just
with
the-
lighting.
the
Our screen
article
is
quality
like so
is
small too.
Yeah.
but you got booby fat there, and then
Grievous back here. That's Grievous.
oh hell yeah, and then you have Rex up top. Is
No,
that no?
that's Darth,
Oh,
dude.
there's Vader. I thought
Yeah.
the weird circle was Rex's helmet there for a second, but
No, it's
yeah,
not
I love that. That's awesome.
That is sick.
That's super dope, dude.
Yeah, it's not finished.
This is cold brew coffee. So we're
You
about
can-
to be 3 in. That's my phone. Don't worry about it. It can stay there.
Set
Bro, is that
anywhere.
just straight up cold coffee?
Cold
Like
brew
it's not
coffee.
even like a
Cold
frap or anything. It's
brew.
legitimately just
I don't
a
need your
cold
fucking
cup of fucking-
frappuccino extra bullshit
That is
latte
literally-
with extra cum and fucking oat milk. All right, I like black coffee. That's all I need.
this man sitting next to me with just a bucket of cold bean water over here. Okay,
Okay, I'm
trying
gonna
to
request
explain to
right
me
now.
how my delicious frappuccino is gross and he doesn't need it. All
all,
right,
all coffee is disgusting. It doesn't fucking matter.
you're right. You're not wrong.
I'm
Coffee
gonna
is-
say it
Correct.
right here, right now. The next time we do this, whether it's 2-3 months down the road, however long it is, Doobie is there from the beginning.
Okay, fair enough.
Because shit just got really stupid real quick.
Oh yeah.
Matt, I will bring you some Excedrin with me.
I'll need it. I'll need it. That's a migraine inducer for sure. But okay, fine.
God.
That's fine. I'm good. I'm good.
I'll tell you this too. If we end up doing a song this winter, we'll have him in on it too.
Okay, then okay. If that's the case, I know he's good at music theory and changing his voice and all that.
Yeah.
Me and Doobie are singing Summer Nights, but the rated R version.
Summer Nights.
Summer nights.
From Greece, dude.
Oh,
Yeah, from
I was
Greece.
Thinking,
Met a boy.
I was thinking that
Thought
country
he was
song.
sweet,
Summer
whatever.
nights.
is that
Everybody's
the song,
getting lazy.
Wait. Is that the
That was
song
Rascal
that
Flatts.
Tell me more,
Yes.
you can't get very far.
That's the
Tell
one.
me more. Does he look like a bitch?
That's the one.
That's the
I
one.
love that song. Yeah, that's
No.
great.
It's I don't know if that part's actually in it, but at some point in time, just because I'm going to be singing with you, and it's amazing because me and my mom did this song at karaoke one night. There is one part where you get to say, "Cause he sounds like a fag." It's pretty great.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, all right, man.
And again, me and my mom did that song in a gay bar one night. It was
That
amazing.
is
Oh,
great.
I bet it was a hit, bro. I bet it was a hit.
It was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Oh,
spring
shit.
hat. What spring hat?
You're you sang Mary Did You Know wearing it.
Oh yeah, my
The
spring
spring-
hat.
yeah.
That's over at my parents.
Oh,
That's
I
theirs,
forgot about
technically.
that.
Yeah. That was, God, how long was that? 2 years ago?
This is
Christmas
now
will be
over.
2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, Christmas will be 2 years.
Yeah, I think.
Damn, dude.
That was crazy, dude.
Crazy. I was
Oh,
crazy
God.
once. They locked me in a rubber room filled with rats, and rats
make me crazy. Crazy. I was crazy once.
They locked me in a
Jesus.
room, a rubber room filled with rats, and rats make me crazy.
You guys have no idea how many times I've heard that.
Doobie's next recording needs to be the song that never ends.
No, don't.
Oh, God.
Hey,
Matt doesn't
Things are
want to
getting out of-
edit that.
things are getting out of hand here. Okay, all right.
Oh man.
I have to try and keep some nice things in this room. We can't just be coming in here singing the song that never ends. Okay.
But I want it in Lamb Chop's voice.
God.
Oh no, you listen. Okay. Doobie has this thing after he's had a couple drinks, okay?
Well, sometimes, most of the time, I'm sober.
Most of the
Let's be
time.
honest.
But like when it gets really out of hand, he's had a couple drinks and Homer Simpson comes out to sing radio
it's Hank
popular
Hill.
or sorry, yeah, you're right. Hank Hill comes out to
Nice.
sing radio popular songs. Hank Hill singing WAP is just
Oh,
the
yeah.
best shit
Oh,
I've
yeah.
ever heard. Like
Oh,
oh
you know
my
that
gosh.
song where I was talking about trying to figure out the lyrics and it had ass crack in it? We were playing games. I was like, something about my ass crack.
Oh yeah.
I figured out what song it is.
What song is it?
Bonfire by Childish Gambino.
Oh, of course. So we're gonna get a version of that by Hank Hill. I
Maybe.
think
Possibly.
listen, chat, okay. You guys are gonna have to go to Doobie's Instagram, his Facebook, his whatever,
Oh, no.
and tell him
Don't
that you
leave that.
want
You have to find
a
it yourself.
cover album. Okay, you guys want a full album, 12 songs of Hank Hill singing songs as he knows them. Okay, we'll get him in the studio recording some covers as Hank Hill.
I will not be
Blurred
running
Lines
that
is Hank Hill.
The feature song on that is "Hurt" by Johnny Cash.
Oh, that's amazing.
Would you like a little sampling?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Yes.
Yes.
I hurt myself today to see if I could still feel pain and propane accessories.
God damn it. God damn it.
Oh,
Yeah, that's pretty
Oh,
broken.
God. Yeah,
This is how
but
I'm-
That's the lazy boy. We call her the lazy boy.
oh man, but yeah, that's something we'll have to do one day.
I will not be running that session. I will not be running that session. We will hire a third party, and I'll take video. I'll do the videos. I don't want to run the buttons.
Oh,
No,
God,
let's
no, not the bees.
Hank Hill doing My Immortal
I don't know that song.
Bill,
by Evanescence.
Bill, you're not helping.
You know the song.
He's like, I would buy this album.
I know
Do
you
not.
I want to.
All right, you guys already have 2
God.
album sales. That's more than my last band
Let's
made.
go.
So like,
in the last 10, 15 years.
yeah, dude. So like, we're okay. Maybe we're on to something.
maybe
here.
we're on to something. Hank Hill, songs as I knew, and they don't even have to be the whole song. A verse, a chorus, a verse, and outro.
Oh yeah,
like,
so
done.
easy. They could be like,
Oh
yeah,
no, I want the whole song. Screw that.
I want bridges, breakdown.
I
Yes.
want "Stuck in the Drive-Thru" by
I swear
Weird
to
Al,
God-
sang by Hank Hill.
I swear to God, if the I was just on that note. If the last song isn't a 3-part movement, I'm gonna be a little upset.
Oh God.
Okay, maybe it's not a good idea for Doobie to be at the next
Oh,
one.
yeah.
No, he gets in the studio. It's funny because like when you guys see him on my Twitch stream or hear him on my Twitch stream or see him here or whatever, it's just crackhead energy all the time. But when we're in here working, he laser.
Oh yeah.
Just-
Oh yeah.
It's wild.
There are many times we've been doing vocal stuff in here, and it's like if Doobie wasn't in here, we would have just ran circles around things for a while. Like we need someone in here who kind of knows more about vocal stuff, who can just be like, yeah, do it that way, or like, yeah, do it that way, but better because you can,
But better,
you know, and like,
and then he's good at articulating how though.
Yeah.
Like,
Here's the thing. Get good.
yes.
That is all.
Oh
That is all.
gosh.
and with that, we'll just end the broadcast.
That is all.
That is all.
God, that.
Oh man.
Well, should
Well,
we honestly?
Yeah, I think we'll wrap it up here. We'll get us some dinner, but this was a lot of fun. I always love
Hey, Fan Bear.
for you guys who are not subscribed to Pappy D. It looks like everybody in the chat, I've seen you on his channel at least at one point in time or another. But if you haven't, be sure to go subscribe to Pappy D.
100%.
Check out his Instagram, his Facebook, his whatever. You know, he's out here doing the thing.
And
uh,
big ups to him also because, man, I look at all these reactors that do it by themselves, and I know for a fact that I would not be able to sit in this room and do reactions by myself. Like
It's easier than you think it is. When you get 2 or 3 under your belt, it's easier than you think it is.
You need a voice of reason like me to keep you sane.
Points for being humble. Okay, I'll give you that for being humble. But like, just for my personal thing, man, I wouldn't be able to do it by myself. I like having somebody else to feed off of, and Chris is a lot more knowledgeable and has a different view on listening to things than I do, you know, and I feel like it works. But I have mad respect for you and Carly and all the other singular reactors out there who are out there doing it and like making it, you know, it's a big deal, man. So props, dude. Props. Everyone go to Pappy's page, give him a thumbs up, give him a subscribe.
Go to it. Go like it right now.
That's it. I'm out.
Right now.
Pappy,
Like that button.
I think there may be 2 names that I don't recognize.
And like drop kick a small child while you're at it. Why not?
we don't promote
I am
violence,
not promoting that.
but
Why not? It'll be fun.
we can't predict what happens in flare-ups in traffic, but we do not promote violence.
Speaking of traffic, God, someone from Texas about drove me insane going to Wyo Philly Wagon.
Yeah, because people in
What
Texas
happened?
can't drive.
Huh?
People in Texas can't drive. That's why I don't have a motorcycle.
Exactly.
Yeah, will you call all those people, by the way, Pappy, and tell them to just come back because we don't need them here.
Tell them to
No,
fuck
we
off.
don't.
They're only here for the summer. They're here for the oil jobs.
exactly,
In North
yeah,
Dakota. And
taking up
that's it.
space on our highways out
They're
here.
like,
No.
holy shit, it gets cold out here. They go back home.
yeah, they do.
We-
You're right. It scares
We
me.
have enough traffic. We're good.
They're like, I'm out.
Oh god.
All right, Pappy, any closing words, man?
I appreciate y'all being here and having fun with us.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah, always, dude.
I almost like that this one was like way less. Not that the last one was formal by any means, but the last one we had like a legit intro and shit. I just love this one. It's just
Here we are.
get to it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, I like
I
these.
think that was a lot of fun.
I like these. I want to call it candid, but it's not really because we do have a camera. We have multiple cameras, but like I like it. It's kind of just a free form,
An
like,
impromptu,
yeah,
whatever.
no structure,
Yeah.
man. And yeah, I think that's the way it should be. That's kind of how we are. So
Yeah.
all right, Chris, get us out of here,
Heard
dude.
this on that.
Well, thanks for coming and hanging out with us, guys. If you haven't liked or subscribed to our channel or Pappy D's channel, be sure you go do so. And, click the bell, become part of the notification gang. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Let's go. We found the mother lode.
We'll see y'all next time.
Ow.
See you guys.